Welcome once again. This is Ask the Teacher show on the Teacher Triza TV YouTube channel. I'm your host, Teacher Triza. And in this show, we answer questions as are asked either by teenagers, their parents, or their caregivers. We're shooting this from the Waffle Suits of Kanu Street, Nakuru. In one of the rooms, you can see how nice they look. Bring out your people. Now, to today's question. My son managed 310 marks. He was in a private school, and we are looking for a slot in a national school. Any leads? Where? 310 from a private school, and you want to go to a national school. Let me start by saying I have no leads. That is where I would start to say I have no leads for several reasons, of which I'm not going to talk about. But let me talk about this issue of children going into Form 1, where children perform a certain way and parents had a certain expectation, or the children themselves had a certain expectations. Because when exams come out, we always have basically about three categories of people. People who expected to pass and they passed. People who did not expect to pass and they are shocked that they passed. And then there are people who expected to pass and they didn't pass. Nobody goes into an exam expecting to fail. So you have people who expected to pass and they passed. People who did not really expected to pass, but they passed. They are shocked. Because somebody expected 350, they got 380. Those ones are shocked. But then there are those who expected 400 and they have gotten 300s and 310s and some worse. For those who passed and they were expecting to pass and they've been got to nice schools, let them go to the schools. Let them continue. Then there is this other group. Those who are shocked that they passed and then they've been got to nice schools. These are guys you need to encourage so that as they go to Form 1, they don't go with low self-esteem because they did not expect. That is also something that needs to be addressed. If they didn't expect to perform that well and they have performed well, encourage them, tell them it is in them, and let them go and do exploits in high school. But allow us to deal with this group now where this kid belongs. They expected to pass well. That is why there was an expectation of a national high school, but they did not do as good. And so the parent still is insisting that the child should go to a national school, even with low marks. Let me say 2 or 3 things. Number 1, it is only fair that children should go to schools where they can competently learn with their learners of their level. And all the parents I've met, no parent says that my child was doing worse. They will tell you my child was doing better. Like they will tell you, he got 350, but he usually used to do 390 and 400. But now the exam has come out. Just allow these children to go to schools of their level. If you don't like the school they have been invited to, you might just look for another school. But please, do not take a child in a school where they will start becoming number last right from term 1. So that's very important. Take the children to where they can compete. Why is that important? Because if you take a child to a school where they will start coming last right from the beginning, you might demolish, demoralize, destroy that child. 2 days ago, there was something in the news of a young man, this one is in the university, who passed, was pushed to do a tough course. I'm not going to mention names. 2 years down the line, the boy is in the streets. He's sleeping in the bush. He can't go to college and he can't go back home because they were pushed. We have heard of children who have quit school because they were taken to schools where they were not at their level. Like now, let me use this example, the 310 kid. If you take the kid who got 310 to a school that is speaking 350 and above, chances are that your child will be 30, 40 marks behind the next person. They are starting at a disadvantage, and that will not be very good for them. It might be a serious psychological torture to them if they start coming last right from day one. So for the sake of their health, for the sake of their future, because it is better that a child goes, come on, you are 310, let them go to a school where it is 320, 330 there, people they can compete with, so that they are not coming to the bottom. They are at least somewhere they are competing with them and they can do better. But if you take them to a place where they will immediately start being last, chances of them getting encouraged to fight are very low, especially with the current crop of children. So if your child has performed levels for a national school, let them go to a national school. Levels for an extra county school, let them go to an extra county school. Levels for a county school, let them go there. Let us be fair to our children. And this is a reminder to the parents, you are not the one going to school, it's your son. You are not the one who got 310, it's your son. So let them go there. Or like they used to say, before they used to say, get good marks, get a school for yourself, instead of us looking for a school for you. And it's a very tricky place, especially for parents. But we also know there are parents who do it for their name. You want us to know your child is in a national school. You want us to know your child is in an extra county school. But at what cost to the child? So what the child has attained, let it be what level of school they will go to. Do not demoralize your children by putting them in spaces they can't compete. It is your children going to school, not you. You have your best interests. You have their best interests at heart, I would also believe. But do not allow that to crowd your thinking. Don't allow class, don't allow name, don't allow what people will say to crowd your thinking and judgment on this matter. Take your child to a school of their level. That's what the teacher has to say.